Hello guys. So this is another sharing. Lately I'm exploring my mix by using sidechaining. Okay. Um, I'll share it to you later. First, let's listen to my composition entitled "Good River Flows." Okay, so this one is a composition for piano, drums, acoustic guitar, bass, and pad. For this pad, I use the Cinematic Studio strings. Okay, so all of the tracks are bounced. No, so all of these are in audio, and let's listen first. Okay, so basically it's a verse refrain form of my tune, "Good River Flows." So if you notice, there's a initial mix. No, I use I used this one, the PSP 2445 digital reverb, and set it to large hall, and then I also tweak the the reverb decay, as well as the delay, reflection, and the input level of the reverb. Okay, and in my mix bus, um, I use the first in the chain. I use the VCA compressor from Plugin Alliance. This one, the Vertigo VSA compressor. It's a very clean compressor, and then the Kirchhoff EQ, again from under Plugin Alliance, and I just boost some of the frequencies. And then next one is this one, the black box. This one, I added some saturation. Okay, a little bit saturation. Okay, and then after that, uh, I use again from Plugin Alliance Brainworks, the Melina EQ. So if you notice, there's this is the default setting. There's no setting, but it gives some a little warm sound, even if it is in the default setting. And then next one, I added a limiter, the Steinberg limiter. Okay, so from this one, if you notice, the mix is about the mix is clean, but still we can still tweak the the sound of the mix, no? For example, in this first on the intro, so if you notice, some of the frequencies clashes. Why? Because we have the piano for the main melody and harmony, and then the secondary harmonic instrument is the acoustic guitar playing arpeggios. But if you notice here, if I open the EQ, first thing is I discovered that here I can compare the frequency of the piano and the frequency of the acoustic guitar. So if I play this one, so the color green frequency is the acoustic guitar, the blue is the piano. So basically, they have a similar frequency about here at the 500 to 600 hertz frequency. So if I'm going to tweak further this mix, one thing I discovered is the stock plugin of the Cubase Pro 12. If we'll see it here on the EQ, this one, the Frequency2 EQ. Oh no, not this one. Frequency. Yeah. This one, the frequency. Yeah, this one. There are several bandwidths. No, the main thing here in Frequency2 EQ, it can sidechain 8 instruments within this EQ. Okay, so I'm going to use the piano for the basis of my harmonic palette, and I'm going to sidechain the guitar. So I'm going to choose bandwidth 5, at least here in the 1000 hertz. So I'll enable this one, and then change it to a single panel. Yeah, this one. So here in my bandwidth 5, I'm going to change this ST stereo to mid side. Here, mid side. So this one is the mid and this one is the side. And then first thing I have to enable the dynamics. So we have still a further mix of this one. So here in bandwidth 5, my initial sidechain, I'll set sidechain 1, and then from sidechain 1 I'm going to enable this one and choose sidechain 1. Okay, so sidechain 1 here and sidechain 1 there, and then I have to add a source for the sidechain. So here I'm going to choose the pads, no? The pads, the Cinematic Studio string. So I can control the threshold. So in my setting, if I set the threshold, in some places the piano will some of the frequency will be compressed so that the strings will pass through the mix. Okay, so here I'm going to change this one to pre-fader. Okay, and then I have to enable the sidechain, this one. So first, this one, no? The M is the mid, and this one is the side. Okay, so here I'm going to use the strings for my sidechain. So let me play the part. And then set the threshold. So I'm going to set the threshold, and then set the ratio 4:1. Okay, 4:1 for compression, for the dynamics here at the mid. Okay, here. So somewhere here I'm going to set the threshold about 40 plus dB, and then let's see if this one will be compressed. No? Yeah, that one. So the Cinematic Studio string pass through in this set of threshold. Okay. So if we listen to this one, so you can really hear the strings. Okay. Then we can also set the side a little bit of threshold again, so that we can hear the wideness of the strings. So let me lessen the attack, but still it's a fast attack and fast release with a 4:1 compression. Okay, so let's again play this one, and then you can see how the threshold is set. That one. Okay, so if we listen to this again, now we can hear clearly the Cinematic Studio strings. Okay. So if we mute the pads or the Cinematic Studio strings, the sidechain will not function. See? So it's a pre-fader. So if we enable the pads, that's it. Okay. So it's more clear for the pads to come through the mix, no? Pass through the mix in this frequency. So next one, if you listen to the guitar, it's still it's clashing with the piano. So let's see here in the EQ let's compare the piano and the acoustic guitar. Okay, see, if you notice, they have a very similar frequency around here at 400 hertz, no? 400 hertz to 500. Okay, so next is we have to sidechain again. This one, the bandwidth 4, and set it to the guitar. So again, I will change this stereo to mid side, and then enable the dynamics. Okay, so this one becomes a dynamic EQ, and then set the sidechain number 2 for the guitar, and then set it here, sidechain 2, and then add the source, which is the acoustic guitar. Okay, and then change this one to pre-fader, okay, in 0 dB. Okay, so now we have a mid side for the guitar. So let's bring the mid down and some side upward somewhere here at around 400 hertz, no? 400 hertz. 400 hertz. Okay, and then set the ratio of the threshold, maybe 40 plus. Okay, and then let's hear our guitar. So let's mute first the pads, and then we'll play the music. Okay, so here first we use the sidechain for the mids, and set this one to 4:1 compression. Okay, 4:1. Yeah, and then lessen the attack, and then let's hear how the dynamics of the threshold or how the strings, the guitar will pass through the mix. So if you notice, it's more clear. The guitar is more clear, and it passed through the mix, no? So the mix is the mix is more clear, and the guitar and string, the piano has lessen the clashes. Okay, and then next one, the sides. Again, we'll set some threshold for this one. So you can hear more sides, left and right. Then 4:1. Okay. Somewhere here, release. Let's increase some release. Okay. So it's more clear. Plus with the pads. So that's a sidechain 2. Okay. So next one, I want the bass pass through the lower frequency, so I can sidechain the bass on band number 1, and I will not set it to mid side, just stereo setting. Okay, then dynamics. Okay, so here I'll change the filter, so the default is peak, and I'll set it to low shelf, so that it can pass through the mix with the piano. Okay, so here I'm going to again set my sidechain to sidechain 3. Okay, and then as well as here sidechain 3, and then add the source, and it's the bass guitar, and then here the default is post fader, and then I'll have to change it to pre-fader. Yes, okay. And then next is I'll have to use some EQing. Let's see, let's play some bass. Let's first mute the pads and the acoustic guitar. Okay, so this is the default. So let's sidechain. Let's have a threshold for that one. So if you notice, somewhere at 40 dB, negative 42 dB, let's still increase the low filter. So if you notice, the bass is more clear. Okay, so with the acoustic guitar and pads, then set this one to 4:1 compression. Then the attack, which let's lessen the attack, but still a fast attack and a fast release. Yeah, let's set it to 30. So I'll let's see if I will bypass, so that we can compare the mix between bypass and enable. Okay, so disable. It's the frequency is busy. Okay, so if we enable, so you notice it's more clear. So that's the importance of sidechain. Again, disable, enable. Disable, enable. So that's the story of my exploration in sidechaining. Again, let's start the piece. So this one is enable, disable. The frequencies are clashing. If you notice, enable. The mix is more clear, no? So that's the sidechain here inside Cubase. So this one is a stock plugin, and if you notice, it has a maximum of 8 sidechains. So comparing to other TW, Frequency2 has 8 sidechains. Other DAWs have no, they have, I think, one sidechain for every EQ, but Frequency2 has 8 sidechains. Okay? Again, disable, enable. Yes. Okay, so that's the magic of the sidechain in Cubase Pro 12 using the stock plugin EQ Frequency 2. Okay, so that's it. So bye-bye.